So, you want to see Gray Owl's cabin. Everyone does. But do you have what it takes?
This is so hard. I need this, man. I gotta do this, man.
So, who is Gray Owl? Archibald Bellany was an author and conservationist who gained his fame from his 5 books, written while living in his cabin, Beaver Lodge, from 1931 to 1938. During that time, he worked for the Dominion Park Services as caretaker of the park animals. His cabin still stands today, a popular site for people to visit, which is exactly what we are going to do. Now, there are 2 different ways to get to Gray Owl's cabin. Either by water, going up the Kingsmere River, loading your boat onto the rail cart and pushing it to Kingsmere Lake, or by taking the Gray Owl's cabin trail. We will do the latter. So, we will take this bike and pedal up this path, and it's going to take a while, so let's get started. Shortly after setting off, we can see the Kingsmere River. This is the outflow of Kingsmere Lake, and the largest tributary for Waskesiu Lake. Moving along, we will see many different types of mushrooms. As we make our way along the trail, there are 4 different campgrounds, the first of which is Westwind. I think I made the right call biking. I was equally as prepared to try and kayak to the Northend Campground, but it's pretty windy, and it got windier as the day went on. On our way to the Northend Campground, we will pass many different tributaries for Kingsmere Lake. We're almost there, but don't forget to stop and enjoy the sights along the way. We have now made it to the Northend Campground. This is where we will set up camp. It's a beautiful spot, waterfront, and with the perfect trees to set up my hammock. We will now continue to Gray Owl's cabin. The only issue, this elk is right in the way. Eventually, I'll sneak by him, passing the creek that flows out of Ajawan Lake. This is the lake that is home to Gray Owl's cabin, but we've got another 3 kilometers to go. We have now made it to Gray Owl's cabin. Congrats on making it this far. Let's take a look inside. It's a pretty simple cabin made from local materials. In one corner is a note from one of his children. In the other corner, the floor is removed and used to overhang Ajawan Lake. This was to allow beavers to build their lodge inside. Gray Owl enjoyed living with the beavers, and his cabin was nicknamed Beaver Lodge. His wife, Anahario, didn't enjoy living with the beavers and had a separate cabin built uphill. It's also a very simple cabin, made from local logs. And it has a very nice view. Let's take a moment to appreciate what we've worked so hard to visit. We will now begin making our way back to camp, where the elk is still in the way. They'll follow me to my campsite and provide the entertainment for the rest of the night. It's been a productive day, but it's about time I settle into camp and call it a night. The next morning, the weather is beautiful. This would be a nice day to be kayaking. Before we get going, let's stop and take a picture. Making it this far is something to be proud of. We will now begin making our way back. revisiting every tributary and passing every mushroom we saw on the way in. Eventually, we will make it to the entrance. This will conclude the adventure of the Gray Owl's Cabin Trail. So thanks for joining me on this weekend's adventure. Don't forget to join next weekend. Thanks for watching.